Sensory deprivation is supposed to be life-changing, but instead of paying hundreds of dollars to experience it, I built my own tank in my bathroom, which requires me to get tons of salt, a VR headset, lights, and more. By the end of this video, I need to hit 3 goals. Can I make the exact experience as a real deprivation tank? Can I stand there for 30 minutes and lose track of time, space, hearing, and reality? And will I drown? But now it's time to get all the supplies and transform my bathroom into the greatest sensory deprivation tank of all time. I'm back from the store now and I bought everything I need to build my sensory deprivation tank. I got a massive light for my light source. I got 3 bags of salt, probably weighing 5 to 10 pounds. I also got a VR headset, a tarp, and every other essential I need to build my sensory deprivation tank. But first, it's just a bathroom, so we have to turn it into a sensory deprivation tank. Let's go. As you can see right now, it's just a bathroom with a shower and a counter. So let's clear all the other stuff out before we actually get to building the sensory deprivation tank. First of all this stuff has to go. The lotion, the cologne, whatever this is, everything. Even the soap has to go. Editor, blur the shampoo, no free promotion. No laundry basket. Or toilet paper. Okay, these are the last things to go. Now it's time to start building it. I'm gonna start by hanging and taping the tarp around the shower so it looks futuristic, and I'm not gonna use the brown side. Come on now. So let's get to building. By the way, I already cut them into pieces so they would fit around the shower. I have 0 building experience whatsoever. Let's go, the first tarp is placed or laid, but now we have to do 4 other parts. Let's go, we got the first wall laid, let's move on to the back side. This is where today's sponsor comes in, Flex Tape. No, I'm kidding, it's duct tape, but it will work just fine, just fine. Ah. Hopefully this doesn't peel my tiles off. Oh. Oh. I totally choked that one. I think I just broke my shower. Quite easier than I expected. I don't want to jinx myself here, but this could be an issue later in the sensory deprivation tank. I forgot the name for a second. You know, it's not like fully taped. I just got the best idea of all time. By the way, I'm almost finished with this. But what if I were to link the chains together so I can only open and exit one way? Me switching up on the day ones be like, there we go! I finally finished all the walls. Now it's time for the interior. After that, we're gonna get into the lighting, and then that's when it really starts to turn into a sensory deprivation tank. I keep forgetting the name. But anyways, let's get the interior set up. Yeah. It's now time to add the interior. I got a workout mat from Walmart or something, and I'm gonna put it in the bathtub because if I put it on the bottom, like right along there, it's gonna make for a more comfortable feel. And maybe this will also help me float better. That was probably the hardest build so far, but at least we have the interior. Now let's move on to the lights. We got the biggest light of all. This is gonna be the main source of light in the sensory deprivation tank. That's the 5th time I forgot the name. Right there is a perfect spot. The best feature about the sensory deprivation tank is the toilet right next to it. Wow, that looks pretty majestic. This is like a starlight. I've seen these on TikTok. I don't really know how they work, but why did the packaging come like this? No, I'm kidding. I opened it before the video. All right, let's set this up. It is now time to add the starlight from TikTok. Here we go. Woo! It went from a 1-star deprivation tank to a 5-star. That just made it look so much more cool. All right, I'm gonna place this right here. Now that it's all lit up, dark, in like a real sensory deprivation room, tank, it's now time to add the salt and the water. I'm gonna add 3 bags of salt. This will probably weigh around 6-7 pounds. No, I'm kidding, 10 to 15 pounds. So I'll easily be able to float on it. Let's add the first bag. Bag number 1. Ah! That was way less dramatic than I thought it would be. Let's wait for some more water to fill up. Let's mix the salt. It can't all be in one spot. Wow, this feels like sand. By the way, remember, I have to complete 3 goals in this video. Goal number 1, it has to be simulated like a real sensory deprivation tank, which I already think it's kind of better, not gonna lie, even though I've never been to a real sensory deprivation tank. Goal number 2, I have to be in here for 30 minutes with no sensory whatsoever. 30 minutes. I don't know if I could be in there for 24 hours, 50 hours, but it's really 30 minutes. And goal number 3, I can't drown. Time to add the final bags of salt. 3 bags of salt. That's like 6 or 7 pounds. That's like 10 or 15 pounds, I'm pretty sure. Welcome to the Link Clan Sensory Deprivation Tank of 2025. Starting off with a counter, we got some nice accessories and amenities like headphones, a mask, a VR, a speaker, and plenty more. But coming over here, we have the Starlight, the coolest light in all of 2025, or the century. And then starting over here, we got the very own light that lights up the whole entire sensory deprivation tank. But for the actual purpose, we have the sensory deprivation tank in here. Yes, it's in a bathtub, but now it's a sensory deprivation tank. Boom! Oh! That definitely wasn't the most welcoming, inviting, but we made it in. That's what matters. Now I have to spend 30 minutes in the sensory deprivation pod. And you know what? I'm gonna put headphones and a blindfold on. Whoa, this is actually relaxing. I'm actually floating. Rock music! Okay, switch channels. Okay, now I'm gonna put it back into meditation therapy mode. I didn't expect it to start playing rock music. I've only been in here for about 2 minutes, okay? But I'm gonna try to flip over onto my side to see if I can float even better on my stomach. But it actually kind of works. Let's go back to no sensories. This new strategy got very old very fast, so I decided to go back to my old ways. After being in the tank for about 5 minutes, I started to hallucinate a little bit. 1, 2, 3 Mars, where are you? I'm floating through outer space. Everything was going so smoothly. I lost sensory of time, space, hearing, sight, every sensory imaginable. Until this happened.
I think we would be very difficult to inhabit metal load of a man.
What was that? Something just, I swear, something just corrupted the speaker. Something just corrupted the speaker. The speaker just started playing like Chinese North Korea news. After having a generational heart attack, I decided to go back to therapy. I'm actually floating. This is insane. Finally, 10 minutes had gone by, and milliseconds felt like minutes. Minutes felt like hours. I was asking myself, when will I be free? Never! Is this gonna be over soon? I feel like I might drift into a 50 dimension. I feel like I'm floating through the galactic inner space station. I feel like I am on Mars, Jupiter, and Mercury all at the same time. When will this end? I don't know. I have no sense of time. hearing, and I have wet socks. What was that noise? I heard something. Am I going insane? I feel like I've been in here for 50 minutes. It might only be like 3 minutes though. I'm just gonna act like I didn't hear it. Paranoia kept kicking in, and I was losing my sanity every passing second. Do you think 10 billion lions could beat the sun in a fight? No, because the sun is actually like very much higher than you think it is. No. But 10 billion lions is so much power if they all bit at one specific area at the sun. Yeah, but the sun is like 3,500,000 degrees. It's gonna beat the lions in a fight. No. Because the lions, if they were to all attack at one point, they would easily win. See what I'm saying? Just shut up. I was like that for probably 2 hours. I don't know how the time is up. That felt like 2 hours. But the time still hasn't given up. But now I'm gonna switch to VR mode. VR mode activated. I was enjoying the VR mode. I was swimming with sharks and turtles in the ocean and flying planes in the sky. I had finally hit the 20-minute mark and I was completely clueless. Was that a dog bark IRL or in VR? I decided to give the VR a rest and go back to zero sensory mode. I floated like this for many more minutes in what I thought was hours on end, and I was absolutely losing it. But then this happened. Wow! 30 minutes is complete. What felt like an eternity has finally come to an end. It wasn't even that bad for real. Overall, it was a pretty good experience, except for the time that I almost drowned. On a good note though, I didn't have to spend hundreds of dollars on a real sensory deprivation tank, but if you guys get this video to 10,000 likes, I will actually go to a real sensory deprivation tank. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitch for weekly crazy live streams, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel with notifications on so you don't miss videos like this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ooga booga. We out. I'm free.